In this tutorial, we'll show you how to customize navigation flows in Oracle Planning and Budgeting Cloud. Navigation flows are comprised of clusters, cards, and tabs that allow a user to complete planning tasks. Planning application designers can create navigation flows that control how roles or groups interact with either a local application or an application you can connect to. Oracle Planning Cloud comes with a customizable default navigation flow that guides you through each planning process. You can quickly access and review high-level information from self-contained interactive boxes called infolets. The first dot at the top of the page is Home. The other dots are infolet pages that were set up by your administrator. Cards are icons you see on the home page, used to navigate to specific functional areas in your application or other applications you have access to. Tabbed pages are displayed when you click on cards. You can create single or multi-tabbed pages. You can group multiple cards into clusters. Multi-tabbed pages can be horizontal or vertical. Horizontal tabs, called subtabs, are links on top of a tabbed page. Vertical tabs display tabs with icons on the left side of the page. Click the icon to display its content. I'll create a new navigation flow. You create a copy of the default navigation flow and use it as a starting point. Before you modify a navigation flow, make sure it is in an inactive state. Click the name of the new navigation flow to edit it. Each item is designated a type and state of visibility. You can add, reorder, remove, and modify items. I'll add a new data entry cluster. You can add from an existing card or cluster or create a new one. Next, I'll add a revenue card. You can add a single or multi-tabular page and select an orientation. For the revenue card, I'm selecting tabular for a multi-tabbed page with vertical tabs for forecast and plan. Vertical tabs can contain single or multiple horizontal tabs. For content type, you can select to display full sections of dashboards, forms, and other artifacts. I'll be adding the Revenue Forecast Products and Revenue Forecast Services forms to the Forecast vertical tab. I'll perform similar steps to add tabs for Plan. I added an expenses card with multiple horizontal tabs containing the following forms: expense comparison, expense summary, expenses by category. You can add an existing cluster or card, and you can select from your local application or another application you are connected to. I'll select an option from one of my connections. First, I'll select a navigation flow. I'll select dashboards. I'll change the name of the added cluster. I'll add an infolet to my navigation flow. You can assign a navigation flow to specific user roles or groups to limit what they can access. I'll assign my navigation flow to a group. Note that there are default access permissions assigned to default groups in the application. For example, a user cannot access the application overview card by default. Now, I want to remove and disable planning processes accessible to the financial analyst group. I can hide objects or completely remove objects from the navigation flow. When finished, save your changes and close the navigation flow. To enable the navigation flow, you must activate it. I'll log off and log back on as a financial analyst. With the new navigation flow, I can select data entry and revenue, and can look at forecasted revenue and plan revenue. I can look at the cluster that I added from my non-local connection, and I can look at the infolet I added. In Navigator, I can view the name of the actively loaded navigation flow, and I can select a different flow to use. In this tutorial, you saw how to customize navigation flows in Oracle Planning and Budgeting Cloud. To learn more, visit cloud.oracle.com.